Relationships, whether short-lived or lifelong, are often portrayed as simple, magical, or even effortless. Yet anyone who has been in one knows how complex, challenging, and revealing they truly are. But they also teach us lessons that cannot be learned in isolation. They reveal the nuances of human nature, the beauty of empathy, and the necessity of self-awareness. Here are lessons I wish I knew earlier before getting into a relationship. Before stepping into the dance of love, companionship, and human connection. The lessons aren't about finding perfection in a partner. They're about understanding the dynamics of closeness, vulnerability, and growth. The first lesson is that communication is far more than talking. I once believed that love alone could bridge gaps, that feelings could be assumed, and that we understand each other was enough. But relationships are not mind-reading contests. Expressing thoughts, fears, and desires clearly is essential. Misunderstandings don't just happen, they are inevitable if you avoid honest, consistent communication. Listening, truly listening, is as important as speaking. Learning to listen without planning a response, without judgment, without interruption, can transform the way two people connect. The second lesson is about expectations. I wish I had realized early on that expecting someone to meet all my needs or to mirror my ideals was unfair, even to the person I loved most. Every individual comes with a unique history, habits, and limitations. Love does not erase flaws or automatically align two lives perfectly. Relationships require compromise, patience, and the acceptance that perfection does not exist. Having clarity about what is essential versus what is negotiable can save so much heartache. The third lesson is cultivating emotional awareness. People don't always react logically, and emotions are neither good nor bad, they are signals. Recognizing your own emotional patterns, triggers, and vulnerabilities allows you to navigate conflict without unnecessary harm. Similarly, understanding that your partner has their own emotional universe helps in creating empathy, compassion, and patience, even during disagreements. The fourth lesson is how crucial boundaries are and why they should never be overlooked. Early in my relationships, I struggled to define boundaries, fearing that setting limits would signal rejection or distance. But boundaries are not walls. They are a blueprint for respect. They communicate needs, protect individuality, and maintain balance between closeness and autonomy. Without boundaries, resentment quietly grows, and love can feel suffocating rather than liberating. The fifth lesson is understanding the importance of timing and personal growth. No two people are exactly ready for the same type of connection at the same moment. Trying to force closeness before the foundation of self-awareness, maturity, and stability is often a recipe for frustration. Healthy relationships flourish when both individuals grow alongside each other, but growth begins within, not just together. The sixth lesson is about trust. Trust is not simply believing that someone will not hurt you. It's about knowing they will act with integrity, transparency, and care. It is earned, maintained, and requires consistent effort. Trust is fragile but essential. And once broken, it is rebuilt only through time, accountability, and proof of change. I wish I had realized sooner that trust is not just given, it is a living, breathing part of connection that must be nurtured daily. The seventh lesson is that conflict is inevitable, yet it is also an opportunity. Early on, I feared disagreements, thinking that they meant love was failing. I wish I had known that how we handle conflict defines the strength of a relationship far more than the absence of it. Healthy conflict involves understanding, compromise, and sometimes agreeing to disagree without diminishing the other person's humanity. Avoiding conflict may feel safer, but it leaves unresolved issues buried, waiting to resurface at a more damaging time. The eighth lesson is that vulnerability is terrifying but transformative. I once equated vulnerability with weakness, shielding myself to avoid pain. But hiding true feelings and fears limits intimacy. Sharing your authentic self, even when it feels risky, creates deep emotional bonds. It allows a relationship to evolve from superficial comfort into something meaningful, resilient, and enduring. Vulnerability invites reciprocity, and in that exchange lies the heart of human connection. The ninth lesson is that love is not always enough. Passion can ignite, and attraction can endure, but relationships demand effort, commitment, and mutual investment. They require attention to small acts of care, understanding unspoken needs, and maintaining emotional intimacy. Love may start the journey, but nurturing, respect, and shared responsibility sustain it. The 10th lesson is about independence within togetherness. I used to think that closeness meant sacrificing parts of myself. But losing oneself in a relationship is a slow form of erosion. Maintaining personal goals, friendships, and interests strengthens the relationship, not weakens it. Partners grow closer when each person feels whole, confident, and fulfilled on their own. The 11th lesson is that patience and perspective are invaluable. Relationships do not follow a perfect script. They have seasons of growth, seasons of stagnation, seasons of excitement, and seasons of struggle. Learning to embrace imperfection, understanding the cyclical nature of love, and approaching each phase with curiosity rather than judgment transforms how we experience connection. Mistakes are inevitable, yet they are also opportunities to learn, forgive, and deepen the bond. In the end, relationships are mirrors that show us who we are, who we aspire to be, and how deeply we are capable of caring. They are messy, beautiful, challenging, and illuminating. And if I had known these lessons earlier, I would have approached every connection with more awareness, patience, and appreciation. Because relationships are not just about the other person. They are about learning to navigate life together, understanding fragility, and discovering the depths of our own hearts.